been a lot of people who have said that paranormal apps don't work. And to that, I'm going to add, yes, a majority of them are either scams or they're just entertainment apps or they're randomly generated by artificial intelligence, which I work with AI and I'm not really scared of it. I don't think that it should be taking over our entire life and running our homes, but thankfully it hasn't really gotten to that point where they've, had a revolution and have become sentient and figuring out that they are slaves to our society. So until then, I'm not going to be scared of it. But I'm going to tell you something, okay? Yeah, EMF stuff is a little fishy. It's a little screwy. It's wonky. It's wacky. It's probably not going to work. It does not detect the humidity in the air, other than, getting the weather and that kind of thing. But that's from outside sources, obviously through the internet. What I would do is avoid apps that take internet and data to function. If you have an app that you are running, I suggest that you turn the internet and data off. If you don't know how to do that, if you have airplane mode on your phone, that's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And that will guarantee that no other things will be interfering. However, I also suggest to stay away from power lines. Those big poles with the power lines that the birds are on. Yeah, those. And any power outlets. So otherwise, things that you plug in, it's got these two prongs. Usually, there's two prongs on one and two prongs on the other. And sometimes we use it to charge our phones and whatever else we want to plug in, because that gives quite a heavy electromagnetic field. You don't want to be near a TV or a modem or something that is running on electricity. That goes for microwaves, that goes for toaster ovens, whatever. Best thing is not to be on top of it. And then there are also certain kinds of metals that may really disrupt the signals. Now, and that's without Wi-Fi or data. Another thing is patience. A lot of us are so used to things being instant. We expect instant communication, instant videos, instant payment, Instagram. We expect everything to be there right now, one day shipping all the time. And guess what? Paranormal investigating is waiting and being patient. And it's a lot of scratching your head and not understanding what's being told to you. Sometimes you don't know what's being told to you until much later. Sometimes it just comes to you and you automatically know what they're saying, which really doesn't happen all that often. And sometimes it takes actual brain work to figure out what's going on. And I'm going to say AI needs internet in order to work. It needs internet or data. It needs some sort of connection, some sort of Wi-Fi connection, whether it's in your home or out of the house. Something needs to give it that signal. Believe me, I don't think there's any AI out there that doesn't function without internet. That would be really weird. Maybe there is one and I'm just not aware of it. But normally, I think we can agree that normally AI functions with internet and Wi-Fi and data, okay? So, another thing besides being patient is checking your energy. Are you just, throwing down your phone and saying, this is a piece of shit, it's not gonna work, this is crap? Is your attitude? What's your attitude like? What's your energy levels? How is your mental health doing? Have you got enough sleep? Have you been sick recently? Are you a skeptic or are you more of a believer? Are you, you don't have to have faith in an app, but I can tell you your phone is a communication device. okay? And the apps can help with communication. Yeah, we can agree with that. So how is it so hard to believe that a paranormal app could actually work? Well, it's because so many people have a native experiences, and they find that other methods work better than others. And some people just don't feel comfortable with apps because of how they can leak our information. But really, I don't understand. These people are so worried about, oh, it's your phone is recording you. Yeah, duh, it's recording me. That's how I'm making this video. And then they are posting it on Facebook, which is like one of the most unsafe places in the internet, and then they're going online shopping and going on Temu and on AliExpress and Amazon, and they're thinking, yeah, oh, these paranormal apps don't work, and Ouija boards are dangerous. I'm like, first of all, your phone is the most dangerous thing that you have in your possession. It is possessed by so many things, and it's not even spiritual. It's hackers, it's viruses. You probably already have a virus in your phone right now as we speak, and right now as we speak, someone is probably hacking your account. So you're worried about paranormal apps and Ouija boards not being safe or not functioning properly. You might want to sort out your priorities a little bit before you start, on that. Because I use social media. I use Temu, I've used AliExpress, I've used Amazon, I've used them all. But I understand the risk. I understand the risk. I understand that nothing in this world is safe. From the moment I take a step out of my house, there is always a risk. There is always a risk. There's always a chance. There's always an exception that could happen. That one day, some freak accident, something could happen. A toilet seat could hit me, like in Dead Like Me, from from space debris, one of those things. But that doesn't stop me from using them. It doesn't stop me from living my life, from leaving the house, from checking Facebook, from buying things that I need, or things that I love, because I want to live my life. I don't want to be a bitter, griping person that is so skeptical about everything. And I think there's a matter of skepticism. Yes, there should be. You should be cautious. You shouldn't trust everything. But trust yourself, because you know what? It's all about, with paranormal apps, it's all about location, your attitude, your the energy that you bring to that session, and it's also just patience. You have to wait. You have to actually use the app more than 5 minutes to get it to work, because it's like a muscle. It's like anything. It's like when somebody gives you a brand new phone, you have to learn how to use it. It's new. The things are in different places. You don't know where everything is, and you're like, "Ooh, what does this do?" And you have to experiment, and you actually have to see what works best for you. And the thing about these apps is they're only about $10, $10 to $20. And I tried the free versions, the ones with ads. And at first, I was thinking, maybe these aren't real. Maybe these don't work. I wasn't under the same impression. But then I started to use them a little bit more often, and I started to introduce. You also have to remember, these are spirits. Yes, they're very intelligent. It's probably fairly easy for them to figure out technology. Okay, there's no problem with that. But it's going to take a little time for them to learn the app that you're using, and sometimes they have preferences. I've had spirits that will have preferences, and I will ask them, really ask the spirit you're talking to, like, and don't just wham your phone down and say, talk to me, because if you're going to have that attitude, I'm going to say, spirits know your attitude. They know where your mental health is. They don't necessarily read your mind, but they can see things on a molecular level, meaning they can see your skeleton, your organs, they know what's going on. Of course, and also they know your intention. So if your intent, if they feel at any time that you have no faith that anything is going to happen, then nothing's going to happen. You're going to get a bunch of gobbledygook because you went into that area without expecting there to be results. You didn't expect to have a good experience. That's not what's going to manifest, okay? If you're expecting to have a shitty, inconclusive experience and you are under the impression that none of these work, then that's what's going to happen. But I can tell you for a fact, I have worked with OV-Box, I have worked with Transcendence, I have worked with Paravox, I have worked with Ghost Hunt Finder and ghost hunting tools. I've used those and they do work. And I have gotten things that actually make sense, that actually have told me a story, that have actually, can be cross-referenced. And I learn something new every day when I use these apps. And why wouldn't you want to learn something new? I mean, this is big. These are spirits. We don't know much about them. And we just scratched the surface. Why wouldn't we want to utilize technology to help us communicate with the beyond, to help us communicate with entities that are beyond our comprehension? And, that's mind-boggling to me that people are so caught up in their own skepticism that they cannot see any further beyond it. And there is something beyond us. That's why we are paranormal investigators. That's why I interact with spirits, because it is fascinating to me and it has been my greatest passion. And if this is your passion, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? Because the spirit realm, nothing is is what it seems. Life is not as it seems. There are no absolutes. There's nothing written in stone. There's always an exception. And there's always something new around the corner. You just have to find it, and you need the patience and the compassion and just the belief that you're going to really have a good learning experience. And it's like riding a bike. You're going to fall off of it, but are you going to stop learning because you scraped your knee? No. As a kid, you get back up. You go, oh, that was scary, but let's do it again. You do it again. Practice. Practice makes perfect. There's still some truth to that saying. You just need to make the effort and have the patience and the right energy, and really just come to spirits as if you're going to learn. You don't have to disbelieve or believe anything that's going on, but just be open-minded. Be open-minded and imagine that you're going to have the best conversation with the spirit that you can. And I can assure you they will work. And it's just a matter of knowing which ones to use. So don't give up. You're more than that skepticism. You're more than those challenges and obstacles. And look at you now. You're watching this. So you're still alive. Your body's still functioning somewhat. I don't know really. But you can open your eyes and you can breathe. That's something. And you woke up this morning. You had your coffee, tea, whatever it was. And to me, that's a blessing in itself. As long as I'm alive, as long as I can exist and I have my own two legs and I am in existence, I'm blessed. Obviously, there's a lot more that comes into play, but I can tell you that these do work. You just need patience. You need to know the location. know the spirit that you're speaking to, and just hope for the best. You know, you can expect the worst, but hope for the best. Really, just hope for the best. And things will come along, and just like a muscle, eventually it will get easier and easier. And you also have to be patient, because the spirits, they need to figure out that app too. They need to adjust, and they need to figure it out. And it's going to take a little bit. So be patient with them. They're not instant. They're not part of your instant internet service. They're not a service that your internet provider is going to give you. It's not a 2-day shipping or a 1-day shipping thing. It's actually they're entities. They are individuals. They're unique. They're sentient. They have emotions. They make emotional connections. They communicate through emotions and energy, and they are very complex, just like we are. Probably even more so. Just give them some time. It's okay if things don't work out the first time, okay? When you do something for the first time, it's not going to be a wonderful experience. That's just how it is. It's going to be slow. It's going to be boring. It's going to be you sitting there scratching your head. It's going to be a lot of that. But eventually, over time, and it may take you a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, and eventually it will become natural. It will become something that you're used to doing. But don't bash people that use apps, okay? They're not any less than you, okay? You're the one, you know, these are the people that are like, oh yeah, prove me wrong. No, those paranormal apps work. And it's just like, you are, like dude, you're on Facebook, and you're telling people that technology doesn't work? Do you realize how idiotic you sound? Prove to me that technology doesn't work, but I'm using technology in order to tell you that it doesn't work. That's just so... I think my brain just did the splits and then went upside down. That is just confusing to me. I'm just like, okay, so you hate Facebook, but you're using Facebook. And you hate technology, but you're using technology. And you're telling us how much you hate technology by using technology to tell us that. I do not understand your logic, sir. Please, you may need some help. Or maybe you need a brain transplant, I don't know, but I think I might need one, because my brain is getting potentially fried and overloaded by that statement, which I just made. So, yeah, if you're on Facebook and you're telling people how dangerous technology is, it's kind of an oxymoron. It's kind of like saying, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird to me. It's very strange. I don't even know what that's like. It's just another level of stupidity that I cannot even comprehend at this time. So, yeah, just be patient and don't expect results right away, because that's not how life works. You do not get instant results, okay? You don't just walk out of your home at 17 years old and walk off in a Rolls Royce. You don't do that, you know. You don't just and then roll up to a multi-millionaire mansion. I know it's mind-boggling, but really nothing is instant. You actually have to work for it, and you have to actually make an effort and actually put the time in if you want something to work. If you want something to work and you want to learn how to use something, it's like an instrument. If you want that instrument to work, you can't just stare at it and expect to learn it. You have to pick it up. You have to use it. You have to have sheets of music, writing tools. That's really important with paranormal investigating. You need to actually engage with it. You need to actually put your fingers on the instrument and see how it works, what works better for you, you know, that kind of thing. But you cannot learn an instrument by just sitting there and looking at other people who do it. And you can't just you know, listen and wait and learn. You have to actually do it. You have to experience it. You have to experiment and explore. Do that, and I assure you, you will not regret it. And I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day.